Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chi Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. The diaspora much is my people. It has been another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's freedom. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American? My people, all in all, it has been another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. And as you know, when I have finished protesting, and when I brought you an update as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to you something from the world as of a social nature as it relates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My people, I read a story in one of the Vincentians online journal that Curtis King, in his presentation to the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines during the budget session, informed the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines that most of the teachers who were sent home because of the pandemic have been re-employed. You see, this is troubling. The teachers are represented by the teachers' union. Who determines which teacher get their jobs back and when? Is it the teachers who are affiliated to the Unity Labour Party are given the opportunity to come back to work because election is around the corner? And they have to ensure that those party supporters who they have disenfranchised are pleased so that they can get their votes? Or is there a systematic way where the teachers are being reinstated with the help and the aid of the teachers' union? What about the custom officers? What about the police officers and the other public servants that lose their right to work in the land of their birth because of the COVID-19 pandemic mandate? What happened to them? What happened to the case where the public and civil servant took the government to court and get a judgment in their favor, a judgment that it is alleged that Ralph Gonsalves and his government appeal? Why isn't the appeal court dealing with this matter and send to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines a decision so that people can know how to twist to get their life back into order? And why is Jomo Thomas not putting pressure on the appeal court? These guys like Jomo Thomas cannot be so stupid that they don't know what they have to do to put pressure on the appeal court to get a judgment in a speedy time. Jomo Thomas, if you don't know how to get the appeal court to get your judgment in a time that it will affect the life of those people who paid you to represent them in the court of law in a civil matter, let me be your teacher and give you what you need to know about how to get the appeal court to get your easy judgment. The first thing you have to do is write as a lawyer, write to the appeal court. Let the appeal court know the urgency of the matter and the magnitude of people this decision is impacting and what impact it is doing to their social lives. There are people who have lost their homes because they are unable to pay their mortgages. There are people who have lost their cars because they cannot pay the car note. There are people who have purchased lands and their lands will be taken back by the credit institution. There are people with families who need to send their children to school and keep a roof over their heads and food on their tables. Give them the numbers. That is just the first step. That letter that you wrote to the appeal court, send a copy of it to all of your colleagues that are lawyers and ask them if on your behalf and on the people's behalf, if they can write the appeal court a letter asking them for a judgment in this case. Some will help you and some will not. Do the same thing with the Bar Association of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ask the Bar Association to write the appeal court on your behalf, on your client's behalf. Because it is affecting a large cross-section of people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You can't sit back like a kunumunu and do nothing while these people suffer. There's a Bar Association in St. Lucia, a Bar Association in Grenada, in Dominica, in Montserrat, in Trinidad and Tobago, in Barbados. Get in contact with these bars association and lawyers that you know and have them do the same thing. The appeal court will have no choice but to bend under the pressure. We all know it is Ralph Gonsalves they are trying to please, because Ralph Gonsalves want the verdict or the decision of the appeal court to come back if he loses government, so that the onus will be on the incoming government to deal with that situation. So if you sit back, I know you're Ralph Gonsalves' slave, you're doing Ralph Gonsalves' buildings. These are simple things to handle. You have to learn how to think and think outside of the box. The appeal court is not an entity unto itself. You can even ask other heads of governments to help you with this. They may not, but at least you can say you did, and you can have a press conference and say that I asked Prime Minister Motley to write a letter to the Eastern Caribbean Appeal Court on our behalf, and she refused. These are the things you have to do when you have a clientele that is so large, and the impact that it's going to have on a clientele is so varying and destructive. You have to be proactive in taking care of your people. But then again, what do you expect? These guys are only big talkers. They're not thinkers. All they do is regurgitate things that they were taught. They can't think outside of the box. My name is Chief Strongblood. Talk to you soon.